sure.
How did you feel about having a night like that in Boston specifically?
Place that where I never played. I mean, I never won. So I wanted to get a good start. One of the best atmospheres in the NBA. We got one of the best teams in the NBA. So, shot felt good and played through my teammates.
Dillon's having a career year in his three-point shot this year. What's been the major change? And talk about that Boston game.
Wow. I'd say, right from the jump, the biggest thing was like the language that we were gonna use all summer. I think that was the number one thing, like him understanding what I'm communicating and the purpose that it has, you know what I mean? So one of the biggest things was accountable reps, right? And controlling the controllable. Those are two things that we would constantly say, and consistency. Third thing. So truly, I think once he kind of understood that, that's within him to, make these adjustments and adopt better habits.
In what moment did you realize that, I'm hot?
Probably after the first quarter. I honestly did not know how many threes I made. I was just locked in on just making plays and, trying to win the game.
Hey, Big Dust, we came to the C's, we gave him W. Come on, man. Bigger in Texas.
We tried to build things from the ground up. I feel like his understanding of footwork, and I think shooting is something where it's ever changing in terms of like balance, the gathers, your body positioning, like those things are gonna change just based on scenario. So him starting to understand and rep out all these different footworks, to me, gave him just a better understanding of the foundation, and that's him just being balanced. And then we wanted to make things much more efficient in terms of like his pocket, keeping it higher, transferring his energy quicker when he keeps it higher instead of dipping low and slow. So we had days where the quality of the reps would be very specific, again, and it focuses on things like shooting it fast, whether it's a challenge that we're doing, trying to get a score in a certain amount of time, or just the type of contest that happens, or as we say, sometimes I'll say late clock shots, like 0.5, get it off at 0.5, you know what I'm saying? Or keep it high reps where you're not dipping. So he started to understand, more efficiency. And I think the efficiency on the foundation, then leading into the finish, the consistency with his finish, that was big, you know what I mean? And it all stemmed back to accountable reps.
Also, too, after the game, when you looked at your phone, who was the first person that you seen the text from?
That was my nana, my grandmother.
Nice.
She texted me after every game, either telling me, great game, you're playing like yourself, or you need to shoot better.
Tell her to do it again.
Good job. I know, right? We were talking about that. We gotta go back.
Yeah, we do. We will. We will.
Tomorrow.
Hi, Jake. Nice seeing you too.
With Dillon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Love you guys.
Love you
See
too.
ya. Good luck in Atlanta.
Sir.
Come on, man. Shoot. A lot of gamers in this spot. In the garden, man. In the garden. A lot of gamers in this spot.
Needed it.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Well, you actually did, though. Needed it. We needed all of them.
10 big ones?
10 big ones.
Dillon Brooks. I'm just glad to be here, as a Memphis Grizzly. I watch a lot of games and, I admire, the grind and the grit of, Memphis in itself. And, you can see it all over the city. I've been here for a day and I can already see it. I love the people, out here and, I just can't wait to get started and, show who I am.
You also could be very right about your Dillon Brooks point. I do like the gist of what you're saying because it does feel scapegoaty to me.
All you can do is ask your players to, hey, just compete. Just leave it all out there. Yeah, and they did that.
I ain't got no problem with Dillon Brooks, Skip. The guy plays hard. I will give him that. I believe he's maximized, especially on the defensive end. Now, he says he can do more offensively.
Also, too, going back to Memphis, how does that feel going back to Memphis every time you play them?
I love going back to Memphis. Great energy. Get to see, my old teammates again. It didn't go how we wanted it to go, but it's a learning opportunity for us to be, win those type of games in the clutch. And when we lose, you get to have that learning experience.
Yeah. Also, too, what's one thing from Memphis that you took with you to Houston?
Just my leadership and the way, I bring players together. I knew I had to do that, for Houston. And, aligning guys together and bringing them together and then lead, with my defense and my physicality and the way I play the game. And, it took a year, but, we're here.
I think leaving Memphis kind of was a wake-up call, if you want to say it. Not a wake-up call, but just a realization like, almost like revenge season, you know what I mean? Like, you wanna make sure that you're performing at a high level, because to be traded, it can never feel like positive, you know what I mean? Especially if you built a home in a place. So I know that definitely lit a fire, and I think that kind of channeled into his and transferred into his, like I said, regimen, and just seeing that focus go up. I think that was big, and obviously the role here. Again, he's got younger guys. He's considered a vet. Him and Fred coming at the same time. I think he had to kind of be, again, as we say, accountable a lot more. And again, realizing that his contribution to winning, and especially being that defensive anchor, is going to be critical for just their team success. So he had a lot more responsibility, I feel. He always had that great responsibility in Memphis, being a stopper, having talents like Ja. These guys were a younger group now here in Houston, so they needed more guidance. They needed more understanding, like what a winning culture looked like coming from where he was coming from.
So much, because it really was a beast for us. You still should be here on this side. Miss you, miss you, miss you.
Man, shout out to D Brooks, man. We miss you. We need you. The city love you. You're always a son of the city, man, but we wish you well. Run it all the way up to the top. You deserve a ring. You're already a king. Love, Dillon.